think I left something in the house.
Yeah.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Detroit Lions and the New England Patriots. Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. Takes it at the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spent all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got both. Overcommitting in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. McAllister. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. Finding room at midfield. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing Jones. And the pass to Henry is intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Back to throw. Goff. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Another run with McAllister. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And the tackle there will go to Charles Harris. The Patriots at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Finding Henry here on the crossing route. He'll get it inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards. On 1st down, McAllister. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Now a handoff up the middle. McAllister. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Hold on.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. 73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A quick throw complete to Chark. Room here to run. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Patriots, nothing. Jets box to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then, and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number 1, maybe they're not having this deficit, and number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Here's Goff. And in for the Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Lions 21. Patriots nothing. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. They're no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry. And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Tracy Walker there to break up the throw. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw. Jones. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0.
Patriots, nothing. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 6. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Throwing on second down. Jones, screen play to McAllister. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
First down picked up by T.Y. Hilton. Now in his 11th season, you have to wonder if we're seeing the finale of a decorated career. 4 Pro Bowls to his credit. He still believes he has a big year left in him.
They'll run on first down. McAllister. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
At the 35-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And right side, Henry's got it. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On first down, McAllister. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 51 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run on first down. McAllister, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. McAllister, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Patriots are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
The Patriots will line up for a two-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From the 6. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
During the week, the special teams coach puts together a game plan that he presents to the head coach. And in every game plan, there's one big play that he points to the head coach and says, listen, when we need it, we can go to it. I think they did exactly that on that one.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, McAllister. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Jones. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Patriots 6. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From the 6.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A give running left, McAllister. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On third down, they'll run it with McAllister. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down. They gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, here's Goff. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Goff now looking to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Yards on the return that time, and the Patriots take over.
Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. McAllister. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
171 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down now, McAllister. And some room to work. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England 1st down. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself, how much of that is him with a great performance?
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year.
And the Patriots get a bit closer. So there you go. They needed a big play, and they got one there on the touchdown run.
And that was a very important drive. Of course, they all are when you're trailing in the second half. But what I really like...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded right around the 8. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Goff now looks to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing on third, Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And got his man complete. Touchdown. Jared Goff with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Lions 42, Patriots 18. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread.
Takes it at the 7. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they look to finish strong in this fourth quarter. This is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around ball game. Tanner Muse there defensively.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Off play action. Here's Goff. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
Man, you get deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level in what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
On first down, McAllister. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
They run the counter. McAllister. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd down, McAllister. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Complete. It's Henry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run for it here with McAllister. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. McAllister. Now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Folk connects on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll run up the middle with McAllister. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go with McAllister. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw for both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Lions,